Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I will probably be doing a lot of that deep breathing in an attempt to not use only 4-letter words and scream because I'm trying really hard. I'm trying really hard to say everything that needs to be said without embarrassing my mama and cussing like a sailor. That part wouldn't really embarrass my mama. She'd be fine with me cussing like a sailor. But I'm trying really hard to stay calm so that I can get this message across because it is extremely important. Hi, Sharon. I haven't seen you in forever. And Sharice and Kat. Hi, Kat. Okay, now I'm nervous because Kat's here. I don't know. I love Kat a lot. So now I'm slightly nervous. But I felt like it was really important for me to address this. Hey, Sarah. Sarah, keep me from going off the rails here. I felt like it was really important for me to address this, for me specifically to address this, because all of my work is with moms. Everything that I do is with moms. My life revolves around moms. I have Mom Dork written on my business card. So, so how do I not, hi, Autumn, how do I not address what happened to Jessica? And I addressed it specifically on her thread and offered my assistance. But that thread, y'all, that thread blew up so quickly. I do know that PSI has her back and is helping her. I do know that she's also, I saw yesterday that she is doing a fundraiser with 2020 Moms. And I know the people who run 2020 Moms. So I know that Jessica right now is in good hands professionally. PSI has reached out to her. 2020 Moms is working with her. She's got good folks that have her back. But see, you can't see how tightly I am putting my hands together right now. What happened to her never should have happened. And every single person who is shocked that this is what she went through is part of the problem, because what happened to Jessica, going to her doctor's office and ending up dealing with the police, happens all the time. It's probably happening right now while I'm doing this video. It happens every day. It happens to mothers constantly. Constantly. I don't think you understand the fear that mothers have. The number of mothers who come to me and say, whatever their symptoms are, and I say, you have to talk to somebody about it. And they say, what if they take my baby? I cannot reply to that with, that's not going to happen. I can't do it. I can't say to a mom, I can't say to a white middle-class married mom like Jessica. I can't say to her, they're not going to take your baby. You're going to be safe. You're going to get the help that you need. I can't say that because I can't lie to her. I sure as hell can't say that to a single mother. I can't say that to a fat mother. I can't say that to a black mother or a mother of color. I can't say that to a mother who is on food stamps or WIC. I can't say that to a mom on Medicaid. If Jessica's not getting the help she needs, then think about all of the other mothers in your life. Right? So here's the thing. There are layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of this. And I don't know how many I can tackle before my brain just explodes, because the amount of anger that I have is unhealthy, quite frankly, about this. Part of this is this culture of what I call sacrificial motherhood that has permeated the US. And I don't know how it is in other countries. I can't speak to other countries. I live here, right? So I don't know how it is in other places, but I know how it is here, and I know that it sucks. We cannot, as mothers, tell the truth about our experiences, whether those experiences rise to the level of symptoms and need medical intervention and help, or whether they're just, damn, my kid was an ass today. We can't say that. We can't say that without somebody's going to jump in this comment section and be like, oh my God, she just said her kid was an asshole. Please don't call children assholes. We can't say it. We can't be honest. There are a few Facebook pages and Twitter accounts and places where they have, they do it in a funny way, and they do it in a satirical way. And there's usually a big old glass of wine involved or coffee. And that is somewhat allowed as long as it sounds like you're joking. As long as you're also telling mothers to self-medicate, then that's kind of okay. But if someone just looks straight in the camera and says, this shit is hard, I don't always like doing it. Sometimes I really don't like doing it. I know mothers who regret having children and say, I never should have done this. I should not have done this. And now I'm doing the best that I can to raise these people, and I love them, but I still shouldn't have done it. Where do those moms go? Where can they speak their truth without getting attacked? Anywhere? No, nowhere. Literally nowhere. There's no place. There's no place. Well, there is one place, but I created it. And until I created it, there wasn't a place. And it pisses me off. Okay, I'm trying real hard. I'm trying real hard not to just scream and yell, y'all. I really am. I really am trying really, really hard. There is no place for us to break. There is no place. There is no place for us to say that today sucks without being pathologized, right? So if you say that today sucks, it's because you're not doing attachment parenting, or you're not attaching enough, or you're over-attached. If you say that today sucks, there's people throwing antidepressants or anti-anxiety meds at you. If you say that today sucks, it's, oh, well, but you're married and you get to stay home. So magically it's not supposed to suck. Or, well, you're a single mom and you shouldn't have made that choice. Oh, okay. Fuck you. If you say that you're struggling in any way, there are people out there, some of them are people who are related to us, who are saying, oh, well, I had it so much worse. Well, in my day, well, your father never did. We're not allowed to be honest, right? And so then when there is an actual medical issue, like postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, OCD, PTSD from our births, or psychosis. And by the way, those are not the same thing. They are different things. You see all the different fingers? You see all the different fingers? They make up one hand, maternal mental illness, but they are not the same thing. Oh, I wish I could just slap people. Oh, that would be fun. No, focused. So when a mother goes to see her doctor, which is what we tell everybody to do, right? What I tell mothers to do, you have to go see your doctor. You have to go see your doctor. She walks in to see her doctor, and this is a mom at the apex of privilege when it comes to the medical profession, right? This mom is thin and young and pretty and white and married to a white dude. They are both cis. They're both like this is your little American dream family, right? And she walks in and she says to her doctor, I'm having really scary thoughts and I'm having a ton of rage and I need your help. She does the thing that we tell everybody to do. She does the thing, by the way, that the vast majority of moms don't do. Most of the moms are just suffering. They're just suffering, which means their kids are suffering. Because I know you don't care about moms, but maybe you care about the kids. The kids are suffering too. So, okay. She does the thing. And they called the police. Okay. Doll. Jessica even said in the Facebook post that she wrote that there is no way that she would be home writing this with her family if she had not been a white hetero married woman if her husband had been there. She knew it. She said it. She said it in the Facebook post. You can go back to the original Facebook post and it's right there. And she's not wrong. And one of the reasons that I'm really pissed is that under all of these layers is this mom, Jessica, who is going through hell right now, who had the wherewithal to say that and see that in the midst of her depression and her rage, which if you have not lived through that, I have lived through both of them. If you have not lived through that, being able to focus through that is a miracle. Having the empathy and the worldview to be able to articulate that, also a miracle. On the one hand, I'm really glad that she spoke up. I'm really glad that it's going viral, semi-viral, that I'm really glad that it was in Slate, other articles, people are picking this up and people are talking about that. But you have to remember that Jessica is still a mom with a baby who is suffering right now. There is no medication that flips a light switch. She didn't wake up this morning feeling empowered. She's still walking through that hell right now while everybody else is chattering on about doctor training and police training and setting up procedures and intersections of vulnerability. And she's still a mom. They're still parents. He is still terrified for her. Her baby still doesn't know what the hell is going on. That is still happening, right? So I love, and I trust the people that are around her. I trust PSI, I trust 2020 Mom to have her back and to keep her as safe as they can in this whirlwind of pressure. Like I trust that. And I am really, Jessica, if you're watching this, I thank you. Thank you for speaking up. And thank you for saying and mentioning and saying it plainly that all of your privileges worked together to keep you safe-ish, to keep you somewhat safe. And I am so sorry for everything that you went through. God, none of that was right. None of that was the way that it was supposed to be. And so now I want to talk about the way that it is supposed to be. Because you know what, y'all? I've seen a lot of people being like, well, how are they supposed to know? How are doctors supposed to know? Women are such a mystery. No, we're fucking not. Come on. That's crap. That's crap. You know how you're supposed to know? Because really, it's not hard. And it is on multiple websites. You can go to the PSI website. It's not really that hard. How are you supposed to know? When your local PPD PSI coordinator calls you and says, I would like to do a training in your office, you don't say no. You welcome them in. You make sure everybody is there. When your local postpartum support group calls you and says, hi, my name is Graham from Postpartum Support Charleston, and I would like to come and talk to your pediatric practice or your OB practice about maternal mental illness and how you can screen for it. You don't say, oh, well, we're not psychiatrists here. I'm real close to just calling out names of practices because these are the things that I have heard on the phone. I hear we'll get back to you and it never happens. I follow up and I follow up and I follow up and it doesn't happen. I hear, well, we're not a psychiatric practice. I hear, well, we wouldn't know where to send them once we do screen. Okay, here's the list of places to send them once you do screen. Now what's your next excuse? I hear excuses about, well, we don't have enough time with our patients as is. And I tell them, you can give them this sheet to fill out on their own. Okay? Some of y'all may know that there was a whole thing with me and Postpartum Progress, and Postpartum Progress as an organization does not exist at this moment. But the blog still exists and the information hasn't gone anywhere, and there is a sheet there that moms can fill out themselves. Doing the Edinburgh, once you are trained to do the Edinburgh takes, 5 minutes? Looking a mom in the eye and saying to her, no, how do you really feel? And waiting, although it seems like forever, 30 seconds. You have the time. If you have the time to lecture a woman about her weight, then you have the time to ask her about her mental health. I'm trying really hard not to just scream and yell and devolve into only cuss words. I really am. So if you are popping on here later, hi Stephanie, hey Latanya, hi LaShanta, I'm sorry that I am ranting, but I'm so angry. I'm so angry that when I was first diagnosed and when I first started talking honestly about what I was going through, I heard from a really close friend of mine from high school. Hey Adrian, I love you. who is a doctor. I heard from a cousin who was a doctor, and I heard from another friend from middle school, all of whom are physicians. All of whom went to really good schools for undergrad and graduate. None of whom had any training in maternal mental illness at all. 2 of them were pediatricians. They learned from what I was going through, and they learned more from my Facebook post than they had ever learned in medical school, and that makes me because the truth is that mothers are dying. They're just dying. The truth is that children are dying. The truth is that children are growing up in adverse circumstances, and mothers are suffering for years and years and years. Do you know how many moms I know who are still on Zoloft 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 years later? Because that was the only thing that their OB did. Their OB threw a prescription at them, and that was it. And now they're scared to come off it because they got no support. And those are the lucky ones. That is what we consider lucky. There's no other word for that but fucked up. There's no other word. Travesty, tragedy, that person is considered lucky. I understand the reality that there are not enough therapists, psychiatrists, clinical social workers. There are not enough trained mental health professionals in this country. I understand that. That's not an excuse. Because what I see is all across the country, actually all across the world, but we'll just keep it at the US for now. What I see are mothers starting support groups. What I see are mothers going to their state houses. What I see are mothers every May going to Congress, yes, even Congress, to advocate for more funding, to advocate for changes in laws. What I see are mothers putting together writing campaigns into ACOG saying, hey, you have to change the way you manage your physicians. What I see are mothers knocking on the doors of pediatricians and obstetricians and saying, hi, can I talk to you about this? So the idea that we can't screen because we wouldn't know who to send you to is crap. Quite frankly, is crap. A very quick Google search will give you those resources. And if you can't have them, if you are a doctor, if you are a pediatrician, if you are a pediatric dentist, if you are anybody in a medical profession, if you are a nurse, if you are a nurse practitioner, and you need this information, send me a message, comment on this thread, and I'm looking at the comments. Every single woman on this thread could help you. I will help you. I'm really tired of hearing the I don't know excuse or the, well, where would we have sent her excuse. Promise that there is a PSI coordinator in your state. Maybe not in your city, but in your state, and they can help you. I can help you. Damn it. I'm right here. We're all right here. There's so many of us who are right here. Speaking of how many of us there are, the low ball estimate is 13% of moms, but we know that that's a low ball estimate. We know. And that is all moms. That is not the 38% of African American mothers who present with symptoms. Yeah, 38%. 38, as in almost 40. As in enough mothers in our community that when I started talking to people about my symptoms, they didn't think they were symptoms. They thought that's just how motherhood was supposed to be. Let that sink in. We cannot, on the one hand, push mothers to go and get help and get support, and then on the other hand, not hold doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners, pediatricians. Pediatricians are in there, and I keep saying pediatricians on purpose, specifically and on purpose. We cannot, lactation consultants, midwives, doulas, postpartum doulas, we cannot push moms to go get help and not hold all of these professionals accountable for knowing what the hell they're talking about when this shit is not hard. It is not hard. In a 2-hour training, a good person in a 2-hour training can get your medical staff a baseline knowledge so that they know when to make a call to somebody else. I know personally here in Charleston that our postpartum support Charleston has been very active in trying, begging, pleading, literally begging pediatricians and obstetricians to let us come in and talk to you about what you're looking for, please. Silence, crickets. What we hear back from them is, oh, I don't miss people. I always know. I always know. As we're literally standing in front of them and saying, hi, you missed me. You missed me. And what they're saying is, I always know. No, you don't. Obviously, I am your physical proof that you don't always know. I was so lucky. I was so lucky. I was so lucky on so many levels. Gail, it isn't always more paperwork. It isn't. They're already filling shit out. It isn't always more paperwork, and even if it is, it's somebody's life. I really don't care. I really don't. I'm trying really hard to care. I'm trying really hard to care. Not even done. Because here's the difference. When the drug rep comes in with samples and pizza, they make time. Nobody is too busy then. Nobody's too busy. So I don't know what the I don't know how we fix this. You know, I don't know how we fix this. I don't know if do we need to start figuring out ways to make this continuing education hours? Yeah. Do we need to make sure that these things are taught in medical schools? Yes. Do we need to make sure that these things are taught as part of nursing programs? Yes. Do we need to make sure that everybody working in these offices has mental health first aid training? Yes. Do we need to, yes, as Kat is saying right now, do we need to make sure that we change the entire fucking culture so that mothers are still seen as whole human beings, or that maybe women are seen as whole human beings to begin with, instead of a collection of parts? so that OBs don't just think that they are here to cut and snip and poke and prod around the uterus. I mean, that might be a good idea. But how do we as survivors, as advocates, start doing those things? I think right now is a really good time to pick up the phone. If you have the mental and emotional energy, now is a really good time to pick up the phone and call your personal doctor and ask them if they have a written plan in place, what their standards are for moms who come in and ask for help. And if they have those, great. And if they don't, would you like to be connected to somebody who can help you create one? And if they say no, great, I need to switch to another doctor. If you are in a position of privilege where you can do that, that's how we do it. If you're not in a position of privilege where you can do that, if you know anybody who is pregnant, go ahead and do the research for them and give them a list of postpartum resources for your town. Do it. People think I'm a damper at baby showers. I don't freaking care. All of my friends are going to live. All of my friends are going to live. I give them, I print out tons of materials or email it to them if they don't live here, and I give them a whole packet of this is the stuff in your town, this is the stuff that's near you, so that what you don't have to do is be walking through your depression or battling through your anxiety and also doing Google searches. No, I'll get that done for you now while you're pregnant. I do it for parents who are adopting because adoptive parents can deal with these same issues. That is something that we can all do. If you're watching this, you're on Facebook, that means you can use the internet, you can Google, you can do that for a person that you know that is pregnant. You can do that for them. But one of the things, and one of the other big flags that I have for resources that I will share with people versus resources that I won't, if it doesn't mention rage, specifically the word rage or uncontrollable anger, as a symptom of depression and anxiety, it probably needs to be updated. I was going to say it's bullshit, but I'm trying to be nice. It's also kind of bullshit. It needs to be fixed. We have to stop being scared of women's rage. We have to stop. We have to stop being so terrified of angry women. God. Or maybe you should. Maybe you should be terrified of angry women. Maybe we should just burn the whole thing down and start over. And make all of your nightmares come true. Maybe then you would take us seriously and pay attention. Maybe that's what's needed. Okay, cool. I'm getting closer and closer to the time that I will do this, because you know why? We're losing moms every year. Every year. Mothers are dying. Every year, babies are dying from something that is totally preventable. Totally treatable. We can stop the death part. We can't necessarily stop people from getting sick, but we can stop the death part. We can give people the help that they need. I made a mom center because I wanted a place where people could be honest about what motherhood is and how motherhood hurts and where motherhood breaks us, and where we could focus on healing, where we could say, no, I'm taking this time and I'm going to this place specifically for me. I didn't create it for survivors of postpartum depression, anxiety, OCD, PTSD, or psychosis specifically, but it is because I work with these women that and men, that I realized just how necessary it is. And there are so many times when I'm angry that it's necessary. This is my life's work, and every time I open that website and I see all the little faces and I see people interacting with each other and supporting each other and the like light bulbs going off left and right, I love it. It's amazing. And I'm still angry that it needs to exist. What I want is for it. I want to put myself out of business. What I really want is for this to be normalized, for parents to be seen as human beings and people, and for it to just be regular conversations with your neighbor, and not something that requires an app and a website and coaching and support. Like I don't want to have to exist. If this is a business that gets passed down to my children, I will be so heartbroken, because it doesn't have to be like this. We can stop putting mothers on altars. Stop it. Just so, yeah. Whatever you can do, call a mother that you know and just ask how they're doing. Call a doctor and ask them if they know what the hell they're doing when it comes to maternal and mental illness. Donate to 2020 Mom. Look up PSI, and have the website on hand to be able to hand to people. Send people to me. Every once in a while, it happens probably 2 or 3 times a month. Somebody sends a mom to me, and I never say, send me your mom. Send me the people that are struggling. I am working on a coaching group for pregnant people, to start preparing them for 4th trimester and all of the things that can happen afterwards. But I don't know when that's going to be ready, because we're also moving and running the mom center, and my life is so. Until I can get that up and ready, and even once I get that up and ready, that's not going to cover everybody. So talk honestly with the people in your life about what it is that they need and where they need support. And if somebody needs you to go to the doctor with them, go to the doctor with them. And if somebody seems to be struggling, if somebody seems not quite right and you don't know what it is, ask and keep asking and keep asking and keep asking until they tell you the truth. And then offer to go to the doctor with them, because they're already going to feel like they're taking up too much of your time, because mothers already feel like we're taking up too much of everybody's time, because the whole world is trying to put us on that altar to the future. So whatever you can do, wherever you can do it, do that now, today, right now. If you would like to join us in the Mom Center, I'll put the link. We would love to have you. If you would like to sponsor another mother to join the Mom Center, I have 3 mothers on a waiting list right now who need some help financially to get them in. Cool, great. Send me an email. I'll put my email link in there. If you are a mother that needs some support and needs some help, I'm right here, and I won't yell at you. I promise. I know I yelled a lot on this video, but I won't yell at you. I honestly believe that as mothers, we can save ourselves, we can save each other. And that will save the world. I really do believe that. I can't do it alone, though. So. And Jessica, again, if you're watching, I am sending you all of my love and support. And anybody who's suffering, who's watching this right now, I need you to know that it does get better. I need you to know that you are walking through hell right now, yes, but you're walking through it to the other side, and there is another side. And there are women who have, and men, there are people who have walked through that hell, who came out and grabbed a couple of buckets and a fireproof blanket, and who have headed back in. So keep reaching out, and one of us will reach back. I swear to God we will. All right. Y'all take care of yourselves today, okay? Okay.